Hey, welcome back to our Haven't Read It video. We got 7 stories today from Entitled People. First story of the day, entitled Gym Member Demanded I Give Up My Locker Because She Always Uses That One. This happened yesterday and I'm still kind of baffled. I go to an LA Fitness near my apartment. Been a member for about 3 years. Go maybe 4 to 5 times a week. The locker room has those standard gym lockers. First come, first serve. You bring your own lock. No assigned numbers or anything. Yesterday I got there around 6 p.m. Later than usual, I normally go at 5, and grabbed locker 47. It's in a corner spot, decent amount of space, nothing special, but it's out of the main traffic area, so I tend to grab it when it's available. I put my stuff in, locked it with my padlock, and headed out to the gym floor. About 20 minutes into my workout, this woman, maybe late 40s, comes up to me while I'm on the leg press. She goes, "Excuse me, you're in my locker." I was confused and said I didn't know what she meant. She said, "Locker 47. That's my locker. I use it every day. You need to move your stuff." I told her the lockers aren't assigned and that I got there first, so I'm using it today. She got this look on her face like I had just insulted her entire bloodline and said, "I've been coming here for 12 years. Everyone knows that's my locker. The evening staff knows. You're new here, so you didn't know, but now you do." I'm not new, and also, that's insane. I told her I wasn't moving my stuff and she could use literally any other locker. There had to be at least 30 empty ones. She said, "This is so disrespectful," and walked away. I figured that was the end of it. Nope. 10 minutes later, a staff member, young guy, maybe 20, comes over looking uncomfortable. He said, "Hey, so, someone complained that you're in her locker. She's saying you're being aggressive." I explained the situation, and he looked relieved, honestly. He was like, "Yeah, okay, I told her that's not how it works, but she insisted I talk to you. Just, if she approaches you again, let us know." He apologized and left. I finished my workout, and when I got back to the locker room, this woman was waiting near my locker. She watched me open it, get my stuff, and leave. Didn't say anything, but was just staring the entire time like I was a criminal. I saw her again today. I went at 5 p.m., my normal time. And she made a big show of sighing really loud when she saw locker 47 was taken by someone else. My roommate thinks I should have just moved to keep the peace, but no, it's a public locker. You don't get to claim gym equipment because you've been going there a long time. Am I missing something here, or is this as entitled as it seems? OP posted an update in the comments. I talked to the front desk today, and apparently she's done this before with other stuff. Last year, she tried to claim a specific treadmill as hers and got mad when newer members used it. The manager said they've talked to her multiple times about it, but she's convinced that seniority equals ownership. They basically said just to ignore her and let them know if she harasses anyone. Also, someone pointed out that she might have a mild OCD or something. And honestly, maybe. But it doesn't mean everyone else has to accommodate it. Especially when she's not asking nicely, she's demanding. Someone replies, "She's been going there for 12 years and still doesn't understand how gym lockers work? That's honestly impressive in the worst way. The fact that she got staff involved and lied saying you were aggressive is what gets me. That's not entitlement. That's manipulation. She knew she had no actual claim, so she tried to make you look like the problem. I'd honestly keep using that locker just out of spite at this point, lol. MTA. Wrong sub, but you get it." Someone replies to this comment saying, "I bet the staff wasn't convinced at all. This isn't her first time acting this way." Someone else says, "Exactly this. It's not just ignorance. It's calculated behavior. She tried to twist the situation to her advantage when she realized she was in the wrong. You handled it better than most people would have. Definitely keep that locker. You've earned it." Someone else says, "The lying to the staff part is really next level entitlement. She was trying to get him in trouble for using a public locker. Definitely keep using that locker whenever you can." And top comment says, "Number 47 would be my new permanent locker, lol." Someone replies, "Grabbing the locker would become my mission in life." Oh, I like this one. This comment says, "I buy a cheap second lock and leave it there day and night until they break it open." Someone replies, "Oh my God, imagine the stare she'd give you every single day." I like this comment. "My roommate thinks I should have just moved to keep the peace." No, you should not enable someone else's entitlement. If the woman bothers you again, report it as harassment. Someone replies, "The only thing keeping the peace ever does is give all the power to the one who values peace the least." That is great. We'll end it on there. Next story. Got verbally assaulted by grown men. So, obviously, what happened is super shitty, but the outcome is absolutely hilarious. So I have to post it somewhere. My boyfriend and I are 16, and we just got done eating dinner before homecoming last night and waiting on the sidewalk for his mom to pick us up. While we were waiting, these men, probably in their mid-20s to 30s, in a truck, rolled down their window to yell at my boyfriend and me, "Your girlfriend is a fat whale." We have no idea who these people are. I don't even live in the town. Nothing but pure assholes. We didn't say anything, as it says way more about them than it does us, and the fact we are literally 16 and people are nuts. But here's where it gets good. His mom pulls up right behind them to pick us up. We tell her what happened, and trust me, his mama doesn't play. We were all at the light, and she's out the car window yelling at them to pull the fuck over. So they flip us off, and she follows them all the way to a bank parking lot where they get stuck in between our car and an old lady who can't park in front of them. So my boyfriend's mom gets out of the car and is yelling at them outside their car, asking what's wrong with them. She says, "You've got to be drunk or stupid to be calling a child out like that at your grown age." And they replied, "Well, actually, I'm both." We recorded everything just in case they try to say we tried to threaten them or touch their car. And before anyone asks, no, I can't post it. It was only for the police, and his mom wouldn't appreciate it. So we call the cops and tell them they admitted to being drunk driving around downtown when there are a bunch of kids running around and the shitheads got arrested. Moral of the story, don't be an asshole and don't fuck with my boyfriend's mom. Top comment says, I'm glad the cops were called. I don't understand why people feel the need to drink and drive. OP says, especially because there was a bunch of kids running around downtown that night before the dance. Someone responds, well, actually, I'm both. Part is insane. Like you just confessed to being drunk and stupid out loud. They wrote their own downfall. Second comment says, they're not grown men. 20s to 30s. What's their IQ? OP says, when she got out and caused a scene screaming, they were like, we have you on video. You're causing a scene. Like they didn't start it. She said, how the hell am I not going to cause a scene, you tiny dick bitch? She's funny. Someone responds, talk about overestimating. Third comment says, I love your boyfriend's mom. Someone replies, same, she showed the guy who's boss. And OP says, she posted a license plate in a local Facebook group asking if anyone knew them. A lot of bikers are ready to start looking out for the truck, LOL. Nice. Fourth comment says, your boyfriend's mom sounds amazing, and shame on those idiots for doing that to you. Hope you're doing okay. OP says, thank you, I'm okay. It says a lot more about them than anything my body could say about me. I like the way I look. Next comment says, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. The drunk dickheads got a double dose of instant karma from both mom and the police. Next comment says, paragraphs are your friends. No one wants to struggle through your ill-prepared diatribe. OP says, I think the others in the comments could read this perfectly fine without section paragraphs. It's okay to need some glasses. Right? Third story of the day, entitled Cousin Ruined His Life After a Family Reunion. My 31 male cousin, 30 male, who I will call Jake, has always considered himself the favorite of all the grandchildren because of how our grandparents would always do stuff specifically with him. The real reason why they only spend time with him is because he lives 5 minutes from them, whereas the rest of us live in different states, me being the furthest at a 13-hour car ride. None of us know where this entitlement comes from. Even Jake's parents have called him out on his behavior, but it doesn't change. So to the story, my grandma passed away 10 years ago, and my grandpa is getting up in age. 92 male, but still amazingly healthy despite it all. My dad, aunts, and uncles were having some discussions with him leading up to the summer family reunion regarding future funeral costs, making sure his will was up to date, insurance, etc. We get to the reunion this past August, and all is going well until Jake starts to make a comment about how he's totally getting the house and Grandpa's refurbished cars. My grandpa rebuilds old cars with my uncle, Jake's dad. We all ignore him like usual, which seems to upset him, so he decides to prove it to us and ask Grandpa directly about the will. Grandpa gathers all 9 of the grandchildren together and tells us that his major assets, house and cars, will be sold and divided equally among all of us grandchildren. Jake lost his shit because despite years of being told that he loves all of his grandchildren equally, he still believed he was the favorite and would therefore get most everything from the inheritance. It got even worse when he realized that this included our step-cousin Erin, 25 female, who, despite being in the family since she was 12, wasn't even a real grandchild. Too long, didn't read. This devolved into literally the entire family ganging up on Jake, hurling all kinds of insults at him for the things he said. The reason I'm writing about this now is that I just got off the phone with another of my cousins an hour ago who told me that Jake was arrested last night for trying to steal one of our grandpa's cars. But since he never once actually helped with those things, the idiot tried to steal one that didn't even work yet. So from what I've heard, Jake is currently sitting in a jail cell with his parents, refusing to bail him out, and my grandpa has a meeting with his attorney on Thursday to remove Jake from the will. Sorry if this was all over the place, but this is the basic gist of the drama currently taking place in my family. Edit. Just to clarify, Grandpa had discussed this in advance with all of his kids, my dad, aunts, and uncles. And as everyone is well established in life, they were happy to let the money from the house and car sales go to the grandchildren. Everyone will still be getting sentimental items too, of course. Edit 2. None of us know why or where Jake gets his ego from. He is a college graduate, had a great job working for a local mining company. His parents are honestly my favorite aunt and uncle to hang out with. He does not do drugs, and he's the kind of guy to nurse a single beer for 1 hour and call it a night. Top comment says, when my grandmother died, she had arranged to give $1,000 to each of the grandkids. One of my uncles threw a tantrum because 2 of the cousins were conceived by my uncle in a sperm donor situation. So tantrum uncle tried claiming that they didn't count as family. What a fucking turd. Burning bridges over $2,000. OP says, family is family, no matter if they're blood or not. I'm so happy your grandma included everyone. Next comment says, guess Jake isn't the favorite anymore. What a doofus. Someone replies, it's amazing how many people feel that they're entitled to money from an inheritance. If you get anything from a family member or friend who leaves it to you when they pass, that is a gift. It's not something they owe you. You don't get to bitch about what you get. That is true. Well said. Last comment says, my mom is one of 8. My grandfather used to own a steel company in southern Indiana. Before my grandmother passed, there were already sticky notes on the back of all the furniture claiming it. So funking morbid, in my opinion. I live in Metro Atlanta, and all I got was my grandma's old dried up paints. Whereas my cousins who live in southern Indiana got full bedroom and dining room sets that they later sold. At least I'd never have to see those people again until someone dies. Last comment says, if he wants the house, he can buy everyone out. Frankly, most people leave their assets to their children, not their grandchildren. He should be grateful Grandpa loves his grandchildren so much he put them in his will. Grandpa sounds like a great guy. And OP says, thank you for bringing that up. I actually just clarified in it that my grandpa had discussed it with all of his kids first, and they were happy to let the sale of the house and cars go to us. And the commenter replies, again, that's why Grandpa is so great. No one has to discuss their decisions because it's their decision, regardless of how everyone feels about it. That is why it's called a will. Grandpa is cool. Next story, when is my appointment? I answer phones for a doctor's office. Every single day, about 20 people a day call and say, when is my appointment? I forgot to write it down, lost my appointment card, etc., etc. Usually about 1/4 have already missed the appointment they forgot and then complain they have to wait 3 months or more for the next one. We are a specialist office. The worst are the ones who say, oh, I can't come that day. You need to set me a couple days later or earlier. Nope. Next available appointment is 4 months away. I can't wait that long. I need to see the doctor urgently. Then keep your appointment for next week. Top comment says, I used to work in a disability field, specifically acquired brain injury. Doctors, social workers, etc. would constantly complain that our clients didn't turn up for appointments. After we pointed out that they had memory problems, that they forgot the card you gave them, that they forgot to look at their calendar, we suggested the doctor didn't have a memory problem, so perhaps they should ring or text the patient the day before. So they did. Now it is automated for all their patients, brain injured or not. Oh gosh, so stupid, so dumb. OP replies, we call 2 to 4 days before, and it's mostly 40 to 80-year-old clientele. Very few younger folks have issues we treat. Next comment says, I have an emergency. I need to be seen today. Okay, Dr. X can see you today at 2. I can't come in at 2. That's my standing hair appointment. The next opening is on Friday at 9. I can't wait until Friday. It's an emergency, etc., etc., etc. Someone responds, or it's an emergency? How long have you had this problem? Oh, about 6 weeks. Oh my God. And OP responds, this also 100% happens every week. Get a call like this. And OP responds to the comment, exactly 100% this every week, if not daily. Next comment says, I feel for you. This would drive me nuts. Does your practice have an online patient portal that they can use to track their appointments? That would help a lot, maybe. And OP says, no, but we do person-to-person reminders 2 to 4 days prior every appointment. Next story. Call business owner by his name, Mr. Smith, and he scolded me because I didn't call him doctor. But this director from a large financial institution was attending my presentation for its company. I referred to him as Mr. Smith. He became furious and shouted, "Doctor," across the table. Here's the catch. He received an honorary doctorate from a university for funding. This type of doctorate only allows the title doctor to be used in ceremony and not in academic or professional settings because it implies actually having done research. At the time, I wasn't aware and so apologized. He made me feel like an idiot, only to massage his ego over a qualification he didn't have. I wish I would run into Mr. Smith again so I could question why he felt entitled to ask me to address him as doctor when he clearly is not. Next story, controlling an entitled teacher. With an update. So my daughter, 7, is in 2nd elementary, and her teacher is a handful. The kind that irons her shoelaces. The one that gives homework on the last day of school. I wish I was kidding. Last year she wanted me to buy a new school bag because she didn't like the one her grandma got her. Well, too bad for you. They are expensive. I will not waste money because you don't like the color. This year she doesn't like the sports shoes I bought for my daughter. Again, this is all so ridiculous. I can't believe it. My daughter doesn't like the ballerina kind. They hurt her. So I bought special shoes for indoor sports. Good soles, but not too thick. White. Every sports teacher would love me. Not her teacher. She doesn't allow her to wear them because there is the possibility that she might step on somebody's finger and that could harm other kids badly. Again, no. I did not buy her sport shoes from Beelzebub Shoe Store with rusty nails coming out of the soles. Sigh. I wrote to the teacher. She demands a doctor's note, or she won't allow my daughter to wear them. Well, I know from one of her colleagues, who is one of my close friends, that she does it just because of spite, and that doesn't sit well with me. Give me ideas, please, on how to make her life miserable without hurting my daughter. My daughter is the only reason why I didn't go scorched earth already, since we, the teacher, my daughter and I, are all Scorpios. So you can imagine that we are all stocking up on nuclear weapons at this point. Talk comment says, your teacher is bullying your daughter. She's singling her out. Personally, I love scorched earth. Sorry, I have no other solutions. NOP says, the good thing is my daughter really doesn't give a damn because she is a star in her class. The teacher is really nice to her, just has a problem with me. Doesn't like the way I do my signature. Again, not kidding. And so on. And I love scorched earth too. I am very confrontational. Second comment says, I would be talking to the principal. And OP says, I asked my friend, works in the same school, and she said that would not lead anywhere since the teacher is the principal's BFF. Someone says, go above the principal's head. The school board would love to hear about this. Go directly to the principal/administrator and ask why these shoes are not appropriate. OP says, as I said, teacher is BFF with principal. I will get the doctor's note and then I will go petty. The good thing is I am very patient with revenge. All right, let's get to the update. Update, controlling an entitled teacher. So, last week my daughter told me she was allowed to wear shoes for the first time. Yeah, but today I got a call from the school doctor asking for the doctor's note. Said I will provide but haven't had the time as my private doctor is on the other side of the city and I didn't get an appointment right away. And I told her as well that this will cost me $150 since the doctor is private. I have 2 weeks now to provide this note. When I tell the story to my friends, they are looking at me like I made this up. I wish. I have too much on my plate to have time to invent stories like that. Anyhow, on the 20th of November, I will also have an appointment with the teacher to talk about my daughter's progress in class, and then I will bring a list of things she already had problems with, and I will ask her for clarification on every single thing why she has a problem with it. I am ready to grill. I like this talk comment. Tell her to kick rocks. Start a formal complaint in writing to her supervisor/principal, CC teacher. Explain what has transpired so far. Give principal 5 to 10 calendar days to respond. Then go to the superintendent. ABC, if necessary, school board. Finally, local TV station. You know how they love stories like this. I agree with this comment because she's not really protecting her daughter. How is that an update if all you did was hide your tail between your legs and cry about the cost instead of putting her in her place? Right? NOP says, there is a difference between a stupid impulsive response that leads to more trouble and an intelligent reaction. I have to deal with this woman for another 2.5 years, and I don't want to make my daughter's life more difficult. If it was just for my fun, then a teacher would already be a purse swinging in my hands. So please don't mistake patience with fear. This comment says, Should the worst happen, your daughter keeps being picked on by this teacher, is there another school that you can move to? I mean, it's bad enough these days having kids as bullies, but having teachers being bullies too is a step too far for me. OP says, thank you for your input. There's a lot of good stuff you wrote there. I just can't reply more right now. I will answer a bit later. As someone who got picked on as a kid, this person's not protecting their daughter, acting like it's no big deal. Definitely not taking it as seriously as they should be. That's all the stories I have for you today. Thanks for listening. Hit that like and subscribe button. Share your comments on these stories. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.